everyone, so I'm here to tell you my third story. I have a new addition. He is brand new today. His name's Jack for obvious reasons. That's what I decided his name will be. And he wanted to sit in on this, so you may see him from here on out. But this third story takes place in Disneyland, and more specifically, the Haunted Mansion. Now, I know it seems so fitting for ghost stories to take place in Haunted Mansion, but I swear this happened. And it kind of makes me believe that it did because of articles that I've read. I don't know if you guys have heard of this or not, but when Haunted Mansion was new, I want to say like maybe 2 or 3 years new, people had the habit of bringing ashes of their loved ones to the ride, whether they scattered them in the ride or the graveyard area while waiting. I think in both, but I know for sure it was the graveyard area. And so years and years and years and years later, um, I went to Disneyland. So it was me and two of my roommates from Studio City. One of them was my friend I shared the room with. And so we always had the habit, if there was an odd number of us going, to shout out, "Not it," before we get to the ride, the line for the ride, so we wouldn't have to sit alone like the Haunted Mansion only sits two in one. And so we ended up sitting together, and our roommate sat in front of us. And so we were going along, enjoying it like we always do. And there's a little part in the ride where you kind of like dip and turn real fast. And I want to say it's right before you look out onto the ballroom. And so I was sitting on the left and she was sitting on the right. And someone reached over and grabbed my side, and I flinched. I went into my friend's space, and she looked over to see why I did that. And I felt it again, and I went even further into her. And she saw it. She said that she saw it looked like a white hand that was coming around and just grabbed me, and I stayed in her space for the rest of the time, and we were trying to rationalize it out, thinking, oh, well, it has to be our roommate. She was mad at us because she had to sit alone again, and so she was just playing a trick on us, trying to mess with us. That's what we told ourselves. And then at the end of the ride, we confronted her. We told her what happened, and she insisted that it wasn't her. And the more we thought about it, we realized it couldn't have been her because there is kind of a space in between each cart, and so there was no way without us seeing her that she'd be able to reach over and grab one of us. And so we only there was no explanation for it. I mean, yeah, we could have said, "Oh yeah, it was someone that worked there, just hired to grab people." And with a ride like that, that seems understandable. That seemed like that must have been what happened. Only we've been on that ride. I've been on that ride countless and countless of times. I can't even tell you how many times I've been through that. And it only happened that once. And so when I think about it and think about that time going in, my mind always goes back to those articles that I've seen of people leaving loved ones' ashes on the ride. So maybe, even if there was any doubt with those articles, maybe they are true. And maybe they know where they are. They know that they're at a place called the Haunted Mansion, and they're taking advantage of it, and they're making it a real Haunted Mansion. So, that is my Disneyland story.